Ever wonder where those game-changing billion-dollar ideas really come from? Is it some lightning strike of pure genius, or is there a method to the madness? Well, today, we're going to crack open the entrepreneur's playbook and find out. So here's the big question, right? Are some people just born lucky, kind of stumbling into these incredible ideas? Or is spotting a real opportunity a skill, something you can actually learn? We're going to treat this like a real deal investigation.
Okay, so before we start hunting for clues, we gotta know what we're even looking for. And the key concept, the thing we're gonna keep coming back to, is opportunity recognition. And this isn't about just sitting around waiting for lightning to strike. No, it's an active process. It's about being alert, constantly searching, and gathering intelligence on new ideas. This is our foundation.
Now, to get to the bottom of this, we're not just going to rely on stories or anecdotes. We are going straight to the evidence. A huge scientific review that pulled together years and years of research on this exact topic. It's time to see what the data says. And this slide, this right here, shows you just how serious this research is. What you're looking at is called a prisma flow diagram. It's basically the gold standard for filtering out the noise and finding what's real. They started with almost 300 studies, and after this super meticulous process, they boiled it all down to just 43 core articles. So what we're talking about isn't just one person's opinion, it's the distilled wisdom from a massive body of work. All right, our investigation kicks off by looking inward. The first big clue is all about the stuff that's already inside an entrepreneur's head, the cognitive tools and traits they have. Let's crack open that internal toolkit. Okay, so tool number 1. It's simply what you already know. The research is absolutely crystal clear on this. The more prior knowledge and experience you have, especially in a specific field, the higher the chance you'll recognize a great opportunity. It's like having a mental library that lets you connect dots and see patterns that are pretty much invisible to everyone else. But it's not just about what you know, right? It's also about who you are. First, there's self-efficacy. That's just a fancy way of saying you truly believe you can pull this off. Then you've got creativity, taking what you know and mixing it up into something brand new. And of course, there's passion. That's the fuel for the whole engine. And this quote, man, this really gets to the heart of it. Passion isn't just some warm, fuzzy feeling. The research calls it a catalyst. Think of it like a chemical reaction. It's this active force that literally pushes you to keep searching, to keep scanning your environment, and to jump on those opportunities when you see them. It is the engine of the search. Okay, so having the right internal toolkit is huge, but it's only half the battle. The most successful entrepreneurs also have this incredibly powerful external radar, and they are constantly scanning the world around them for signals. Okay, get this, because this finding is fascinating. We usually think our best ideas come from our inner circle, our family and close friends, our strong ties. But the research shows that it's often our weak ties, those acquaintances, those industry contacts from different circles that are way more valuable for spotting new opportunities. And why? Because they bring in fresh, totally new information that your close friends just don't have. And of course, that radar is also pointed at the world itself. Think about it. Changes in tech, new regulations, problems in the market, or even just something that really frustrates customers. For most people, those are just obstacles. But for an entrepreneur, oh no, that is the raw material. That's the clay from which new ventures are molded. So, we've got the internal toolkit and the external radar. But what's the bridge? What connects the two? Well, the research points to one critical cognitive skill that acts almost like a superpower. And that superpower is called entrepreneurial alertness. Honestly, the best way to think about it is like a spidey sense for business. It's this unique ability to spot opportunities that everyone else has walked right past, and often without even actively looking for them. It's all about seeing the hidden patterns in all the noise out there. But here's the crucial part. This spidey sense, it's not magic. It's a skill. And you can actually break it down into 3 distinct steps. First, you're actively scanning and searching for information. Second, you're connecting and associating bits of that info, often in ways that seem totally unrelated. And finally, you're evaluating and judging, basically figuring out if an idea has real legs. So all of this, it leads to the billion-dollar question for every single one of us, right? Is this alertness, this knack for spotting opportunities, something you're just born with? Or can you actually train your brain to get better at it? The answer from all this research is a clear, definitive, and honestly a really empowering yes. 100%. You absolutely can. But listen,
How you learn makes all the difference. The research is pretty blunt. Traditional classroom learning, lectures and theory, it's not very effective for this particular skill. The single most effective method by a long shot is what's called experiential learning. It's learning by doing, getting your hands dirty, trying things out in the real world. That's what builds the confidence and the skill to actually see these opportunities.
And here's the why behind it. Experiential learning, by its very nature, forces you to step outside your comfort zone. It makes you see the world from different angles and broadens your whole base of experience. And as we saw just a minute ago, what's the first ingredient for spotting opportunities? A broad base of knowledge. It all connects.
Okay, so we've gathered all the clues, we've gone through the evidence. Now let's put it all together and build the final blueprint that shows how this whole system clicks into place.
And here it is, the complete model. Look, on the left, you've got the raw inputs, your prior knowledge, your social network, and what's happening in the external environment. Then, all those inputs get filtered through the two crucial lenses, your entrepreneurial alertness and your core personality traits. And what comes out the other side? Opportunity recognition. See? It's not about look, it's a system, it's a process. And that, of course, brings this whole thing right back to you. Now that you have the playbook, the blueprint is right there in front of you, these key factors, they aren't secrets anymore. So the only real question left is this. With your unique knowledge, your network, and your passion, what opportunity is just sitting out there, waiting for you to be the one to connect the dots?